On the 10th of November 2017, the Epsom St Helier Trust Board held a meeting. At the meeting, the Epsom St Helier Trust Board were due to take a decision on whether or not to proceed with the dangerous plan to remove acute services from one or both of Epsom Hospital and St Helier Hospital.
Hello, I'm Sandra. I'm a member of KOSHH. We will be submitting our engagement numbers in the very near future. We attended almost all of the meetings that Daniel did. We attended as many as we could find out about, and that was not made easy. In fact, Daniel was frequently very surprised to see us turning up because he hadn't advertised these meetings on their website as they promised they would. However, can we be clear first of all that all of this process to lose one or both of our local acute hospitals is actually about the STP, and the STP or Sustainability and Transformation Plan for this area. We were told we had to cut in NHS spending £1 billion. And when that plan was brought out, the key money saver was that we should have, of the 5 major acute hospitals we currently have, we should be reduced to 4 or 3. And that's really what all this is about. It's a money-saving exercise, and the health of the local residents is really not important. It's about cuts. The standards that you were talking about were only introduced in about 2012. And we were told by BSBV at that time that although they had to impose those standards, there wasn't the money, and even if there was the money, there weren't enough consultants in the country to meet even our local needs of consultants, let alone the rest of the country. There weren't the consultants then, and there aren't the consultants now. You've had 5 years since those standards were introduced, and you have still not trained enough consultants and junior doctors to fit the standards that have been imposed by NHS, knowing they can't be met. Yes. This was designed to cut our NHS. It was designed to be an excuse to close hospitals. Your engagement process was dubious. The questions were vague. People's names and addresses were not asked for on most of the forms you put out, so they're largely anonymous. We spoke to people at the meetings, and a great number came away from the meetings that you held. You explained to them. They came away believing they were going to get either a new hospital or an additional facility. Most people at those engagement meetings did not realise that you intended to cut one or both of our major acute hospitals. You have said in 2015 that you would keep all the bed numbers and all the facilities until 2020. You have said that in your new acute hospital you would have 500 acute beds. In 2014, and I have the FOI to prove it, the Epsom St Helier Trust had 759 acute beds. So you are planning to cut the number of acute beds from what we had in 2014, just before you promised to keep everything the same. We had 759 beds, and you are proposing in this wonderful, fabulous new facility that's going to replace our 2 major hospitals, you're only going to have 500 acute beds. How is that an improvement for anybody?
Yes, no.
Beds, you will see that we say we have 1,024 beds now, because we have counted all the beds that we have. You quoted a subset of the beds, and I demonstrated very clearly on a slide that the bed numbers do not change very much in any of the scenarios.
But the acute bed numbers do, Daniel. 759 in 2014, you're proposing 500. That is a significant difference.
So 759 is a combination of acute beds and non-acute.
No, it's not. It's acute beds. I've got the FOI right in my hand. 759 acute beds in 2000. You told me that. I didn't invent it.
In spite of these very valid concerns, the Trust Board decided to wade through the decision to formally submit their proposals to close acute, emergency and maternity services at Epsom Hospital and St Helier hospitals, with only the possibility of building a single new acute facility if they can borrow £400 million and if they can win approval for such a project. Act now. If this plan is allowed to proceed, lives will be lost as a result. Please do not give the Epsom St Helier Trust your agreement to the loss of any of our acute hospitals. A new hospital is not on offer in this plan. Instead, this plan offers the loss of one or both of our existing acute hospitals. We need more hospitals, not fewer. If, like us, you think we need to retain the 2 general acute hospitals we already have, you might like to sign our petition at koshh.org/petition. Let's keep our local acute hospital services. Your life may literally depend upon it. Thanks for watching, and please share this video to let more people know about it.